This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. Naveen, మీ ఇష్యూ సాల్వ్ అయిందండి?
Yeah, no, Madan. I will check today.
ఓకే. సో టుడే ఐ ఆమ్ ఆల్సో ట్రైయింగ్. నేను కూడా ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను ఫ్రమ్ పాస్ట్ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్. ఇది
Yeah,
సెట్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఇది చాలా టైం తీసుకుంటుంది. హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ 30 minutes అయింది ఇప్పటికి. ఐ హావ్ జస్ట్ నౌ ఓపెన్
like
అనదర్ విండో.
almost 2 days నుంచి
సారీ.
కూడా అంతే 1 hour అలా తీసుకుంటుంది.
ఓకే. మీరు ఒకసారి రీజియన్ మీరు VPC ఒకసారి మీరు డిలీట్ చేస్తారు కదా, అందుకని నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది. మీరు ఒకసారి వేరే
లేదు నేను రీజన్ గా చేంజ్ చేశాను. ప్రీవియస్ గా ముంబై రీజన్ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు నార్త్ వర్జీనియా, లైక్ టెరాఫామ్ దగ్గర నుంచి కూడా నార్త్ వర్జీనియా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను. బట్ స్టిల్ సేమ్ ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది.
అవునా? ఇక్కడ ఇట్స్ షోయింగ్ మీ స్టిల్ షోయింగ్ ఇట్స్ డిప్లాయింగ్, బట్ లెట్ మీ చెక్. అదే ఇంకో విండో తీసాను. లెట్స్ ట్రై. ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్స్టాల్ అయ్యి ఉంటుందా, క్యూబ్ స్టిల్ గెట్ నోట్స్ చేసి చూద్దాం. ఎందుకంటే నేను అన్ని చూసాను. వీ హ్యావ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ సెటప్. నెట్వర్క్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అన్ని రెడీగా ఉన్నాయి, విపిసి రెడీగానే ఉంది, అన్ని రెడీగా ఉంది. బట్ వాట్ వై ఇట్ స్టిల్ వెయిటింగ్ అనేది తెలియట్లేదు. యా, ఇట్ ఈస్ రెడీ అండి. యాక్చువల్గా ఇట్ ఈస్ రెడీ, బట్ ఇక్కడ ఏం చూపిస్తుంది అంటే అది ఇట్ స్టిల్ డూయింగ్ సంథింగ్ లాగా చూపిస్తుంది. బట్ ఐ డౌట్ ఇట్ కంప్లీటెడ్, బట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు అప్డేట్. అంటే మనం చూద్దాం. లెట్ us see whether it works or not. ప్రెసెంట్ మీరు చూస్తున్నారు కదా, ఇట్ ఈస్ షోయింగ్
Yeah.
దట్ ఇట్ స్టిల్ వెయిటింగ్. బట్ యాక్చువల్గా
Yes.
నేను చెక్ చేశాను, డౌట్ వచ్చింది, అందుకే చెక్ చేశాను. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ డన్ అండి. అన్ని రెడీగా ఉన్నాయి. విపిసి కూడా రెడీగా ఉంది మనకి. సో విపిసి కూడా రెడీగా ఉంది, అండ్ వి గాట్ అవర్ నెట్వర్క్.
క్రియేట్ అవుతున్నాయి మళ్ళీ, అది ప్రాబ్లం కాదు. యూపీసీ అవి నేను చెక్ చేశాను. వీపీసీసీ అన్ని క్రియేట్ అవుతున్నాయి. బట్ ఆ క్లస్టర్ అనేది మనం ఫార్మ్ అవ్వకపోతే ఫర్దర్ ఇష్యూస్ వస్తాయి అనేసి స్మాల్ డౌట్
అవునా?
అంతే.
ఒకసారి నేను ఇప్పుడు వేరే కన్సోల్ ఓపెన్ చేసి ఐ ఎంటర్ దిస్ కమాండ్ అండి, గెట్ నోట్స్. ఇట్స్ సేయింగ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ రెడీ అంటుంది. సో లెట్ us see వర్క్ అవుతుందా లేదా. ఈవెన్ దో ఈ విండోలో స్టేటస్ చూపిస్తుంది ఇలా, ఇట్స్ స్టిల్ అండర్ వే, బట్ హియర్ ఇట్ షోస్ ద సర్వర్ నోట్స్ ఆర్ రెడీ అంటుంది. లెట్ us ట్రై ఆఫ్టర్ డిప్లాయ్ చేసి చూద్దాం. ఓకే, లెట్స్ సీ హౌ ఇట్ గోస్. అండ్ అందరూ వచ్చారా? రైట్. సో నేను ఈ వీక్ మనకి మండే రోజు క్లాస్ తీసుకోలేదు కదండి, అది ఎందుకంటే ఎలక్షన్స్ వచ్చాయి. సో మనకి కొంచెం డిలే అవుతుంది. సో ఈ సాటర్డే సండే క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం అనుకుంటున్నాను. అది జస్ట్ దట్ టు ఫర్ ఓన్లీ 1 hour సెషన్ అండి. 1 hour సెషన్ తీసుకుంటాను సాటర్డే అండ్ సండే. ఒకవేళ సాటర్డే రోజు మనకి కవర్ అయిపోతే సండే చూద్దాం. వీల్ ప్లాన్ సండే తీసుకోవాలా వద్దా అనేది మనం సాటర్డే ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం. అదర్వైజ్ సండే కూడా ఒక 1 hour తీసుకుందాం. 9 to 10 2 days. ఏమంటారు? వాట్ యు సే? ఎందుకంటే మనకి హాలిడేస్ మనకి ఈ 3 months లో
Can you come again?
sorry. So I was saying that last Monday we have elections, right? Elections, right? On that day we have not taken class. So shall we? I'm planning to take Saturday and Sunday. So what you say? Saturday and Sunday, 1 hour session each on both days. Because in the 3-4 months now, lot of holidays came, different types of holidays came. So time just going on, and the sessions, if you see, we have completed only 67 sessions. So only 67 sessions. So that means very less number of sessions only, but with the time consuming is more, right? So it looks like as if we are taking a lot of time, but actually we have taken only 67 sessions. So due to all this, and I also took some 1 week leave in between. So let's do one thing. We'll take Saturday and Sunday 1 week. Mostly this week is enough, I believe. And after that, next week, no, we will spend time on understanding the daily routine. We'll talk general, like no, we'll first of all we do some couple of projects on next week, and then we'll discuss about daily routine, how the DevOps engineer, what he do every day, what type of task he get. Those things we'll discuss. General topics we'll discuss next week. And so that no, some of you having only AWS, others having Azure as well as GCP. For them I will take class after that. So other people who are waiting to complete, right, they can, you can start preparing your resume, and you can start for attending interviews, right? That you can start. That is my plan, right? If you are interested to join Azure and GCP, you can join, no problem. But the main core subject will complete. I'm planning to complete it next week. By next week, everything should be completed. All the discussions about mock interviews, everything we'll discuss completed next week. So this weekend, we'll plan to complete our Kubernetes along with our monitoring tools like Prometheus and Grafana. What do you say? Is that fine? Shall we take class on weekend, Saturday and Sunday, only for 1 hour?
Okay, okay, fine, it's fine.
It's fine,
Okay,
Rajesh.
man.
Right. Thank you. Revanti
Hello.
Uha?
Yeah.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, it's fine for me. Yeah, we can take the class.
Yeah, Swaraj, Revanti Uha, what do you say? It's fine. Only 2 days. 1 hour session.
Yeah, sir, it's fine.
Madan, I will not be available on Saturday.
Right. And about Uha? What about you, Uha? Uh,
Hello.
yes, Uha. What about you? Can you attend on Saturday, Sunday? 1 hour session, 9 to 10. అటెండ్ అవ్వగలరా అండి సాటర్డే సండే అటెండ్ అవ్వగలరా? ఓకే ఓకే పర్ఫెక్ట్. రేవంతి మీరు మిస్ అవుతారు. యూ విల్ బి మిస్సింగ్, రైట్? We'll see. We'll discuss again tomorrow on this. We'll see. 17th, right? Tomorrow we'll again plan. Anyway, 90% we will taking class on Saturday and Sunday. 90%, 10% I will confirm tomorrow. As of now, it's okay. Okay. So here from last 30 minutes, I'm trying to install start my setup, but it's showing as it's still waiting status. But when I observed here, all are ready. All the networks and everything is ready. So what I did, I opened my another window and I tried this command kubectl get nodes. So it's saying nodes are ready. I believe nodes are ready, but this one showing is still in preparing the setup actually. So if you also getting the same thing, try to open in a new window and run this command. If nodes are ready, then I believe it should be working. Let us see how whether it works or not. So before we start our session today, do you have any questions from our previous session? Any questions, any doubts? Are you able to do practice? Any problem in setting up the setup? Anywhere you stuck up? Okay, right. Oh, the session is over. Okay, then today let us learn another resource. We have learned yesterday about replica controller, replica set, right? Today we will learn about another controller, another resource called deployment. Okay, actually in real time, mostly we use deployment because using deployment we have some advantages when compared with the other two. Actually, deployment internally uses replica set. That doesn't mean that we are not using replica set. We are using replica set, but deployment internally uses replica set. And I told you the difference between replication controller and replica set. The difference is that in replication controller we will have only one label, and replica set can contain multiple labels. Okay, it can match with multiple labels. If the pod having multiple labels, then replica set can be used, but most of the time we use deployment because deployment anyway uses internally replica set. That means in deployment we can work with multiple labels. That is about deployment. And in deployment we have various strategies. What are the strategies? What is the useful of having strategies? With that we will discuss in a moment. So deployment resource is the most commonly used approach. It it internally uses another resource, that is replica set, right? Okay, it's same like other resources. It supports scaling, scale up and scale down of our pods. Okay, yeah, most importantly, uh, the difference what it makes is it supports rolling updates and rolling backs. What is that? It supports rolling updates and rollbacks. See, rollbacks means, for example, suppose you have deployed your application in the production server. You have deployed your application, and suddenly, after with the latest change you have deployed, and suddenly some issues you have recognized. Then what you will do? You will understand if it is a minor issue, then immediately developers will fix that with small patches and they will redeploy it immediately. But if it is a serious issue, then what they do, they will do rollbacks. What does that mean? That means they will go back, they will use the previous version, the version which was working previously perfectly. That version will be immediately, it will be redeployed, and the newer version which was deployed, that will be rolled back. That will be rolled back, and the new old version will be re-deployed. And then after that, they will take enough time, to fix the issue. Once it is done, then again they will push the latest code into the production servers. So that is called rollbacks, right? Rolling update. So rolling update is nothing but, so parallelly you can while application is while product in the when you deploy the latest code, on top of it you can add new features without any downtime. That means if customers are using, for example, amazon.in is there and we are using it, and developers now obviously developing at the back end, and now they want to add some more new features. They added already some new features. That new features they want to uh, upload in the or deploy in the production server. At that time, normally what happens, if you see our banks, so normally what they will not inform us, even they will not inform us, but on weekends what they do, they they do the server down and they deploy their applications, latest applications with patches and bug issues, whatever they are, that will be solved, and they will redeploy the application. For that, they will down the server. That means their application will not be accessible for some hours. So sometimes they inform you, sometimes they will not inform you, right? So whenever you're trying to access it, you will get some information saying that they are working on it, so give some time. That way they will give some message, user friendly message they will give. So that means they are doing some updations on the softwares. But rolling updates is a different one. When for example Amazon, Facebook, okay, WhatsApp, these are all users, big companies uses rolling updates. That means the user never face any issue, even though they are updating the website with latest update softwares. They never feel the downtime. Why? Because uh, in real time, both older version and newer version both will be running without any what do you call, and they cannot identify that slowly the older application will be removed and newer applications will be pushed into the production. So without seamlessly everything happen, they will not even notice it. Okay, actually, in industry we use blue green deployment. What is that? We will understand, that we try to understand what is blue green deployment. So when you understand blue green deployment, then you will understand what is rolling back updates. Okay, so for blue green deployment we use Kubernetes deployment resource. Okay, so your blue green deployment nothing but your rolling updates. How we can achieve blue green deployment using our rolling updates, that we see that means we can deploy the latest latest developed code without any downtime. Okay, without any server downtime. Right. And this also deployment also provides some strategies. It having three types of strategies. What are those strategies? So these strategies we have to mention in our YAML file. In our YAML file we have to mention these strategies. So we have a separate section. We have a separate section, like in that section we have to mention, like, no, what is the strategy you are using. We have a, like, in the specification we have to use a keyword called strategy, and in the strategy we have to mention what type of strategy you are using with your deployment resource. Okay, we have three different strategies. One is recreate strategy. Recreate means it completely what do you call, terminates the running pods and it will create a new pods. It completely terminates all the pods and it will create the new pods. Here in this strategy we have server downtime. In this strategy server downtime will be there. But it is very that much not noticeable, actually that much not noticeable, because here they are not doing complete server down. Actually they simply, they will keep some pods running and they will they will stop some pods and they will upload new pods, like that they will do. And next is rolling update. Rolling update is a another strategy. This is the default strategy, even you don't mention, this is a default strategy. And the last one is the canary strategy. Canary strategy normally, when we use this, when your project is very complicated, whenever your project is very complicated, then you go with canary strategy. Okay, otherwise if it's not that much complicated, then we'll go with the rollback, rolling update, with rolling update. So means, recreate means it will delete all the existing pods and it will create new pods. Okay, and then rolling updates. Rolling. Okay, it's more suitable, actually it's more suitable for general updates and enhancements. uh, okay, that means more, if there is no much if even it goes wrong for some reason, then the application should not face major issue, in that scenario you will go with rolling updates, especially when minimal disruption. That means if something goes wrong, it should not affect the complete application. When minimal disruption, when it is a, especially when it is a minimal disruption, then we can use this strategy. Okay, canary is ideal, actually is ideal for high risk updates or major feature releases. Okay, is ideal for high risk updates or major feature release. Then we can go with our canary. Okay, right, fine. So let us see how we can create a pod using our deployment resource. Okay, let us see that. So already we are working here, right? So let us create one more one here. Replica set, right? I will say here, I will give the name of this deployment dot yaml, right? So let me take, I will copy everything and paste here. What I have taken here, okay, I'm creating a namespace with wjiru. I don't want to use replica set, I want to use deployment, and deployment belongs to apps folder. So it belongs to apps folder. In the apps folder we have v1 folder. In that we have some applications which are like replica set and deployment. These are comes under that particular folder. So we have to give deployment. Actually they are APIs. Actually APIs are nothing but your programs actually written in Go language. So those APIs are available in this path. So that's actually your path. So kind and deployment and metadata. Here I will give deployment. You see, it's a very simple. That's the reason, if you understand previous sessions, then how easy to use the other new service resources with minor changes. So up to here everything is same, and specs also same. Replicas, okay, I want to selector, everything is same. I want to add one more. There is no order, actually there is no order, you can add anywhere, but I want to add one more keyword called strategy. Okay, spelling is correct, strategy, yeah, spelling is correct, strategy. Okay, here what is the strategy, enter. Okay, two spaces, don't type, click on tab, type what is the type of the strategy, colon space and rolling update. You give rolling update without any space, and select our match labels. Okay, environment is dev. Okay, template is what, our containers template now. Okay, what is the container name, its name is pod, namespace is it created in the namespace. Okay, and what else, labels. These are two labels I have. Out of these two labels I can use any label, no problem. I use one label, env dev. Right, fine. And what else, specs. Yes, nothing is changed, everything is same. And API version, here I am using node port. I want to use node port. If you want to use what you call your load balancer, you can use it, no problem. Node port also referring our pod using the one of the environment called dev, environment dev. You can use any one of them out of these two, no problem. You can use both as well. That's all what we did. Only kind I changed and strategy added, nothing more than that, right? Nothing more than that. Okay, save this. Still showing the same status, let me try here. kubectl get nodes. Okay, vi dot yaml insert mode. Okay, one moment. Escape gg. Okay, dg. Yeah, I want to check the format once. format document. Okay, nothing is there, everything is fine, no problem. Insert mode, paste it again. "95 lines." Oh, double, I pasted it twice. Escape. Now how to apply? kubectl apply. Perfect. So our nodes are created, everything is doing fine actually. So we should not believe this status. Okay, after 20 minutes you can try, you should work actually. Okay, one moment please. So what is the namespace created? wgrns, right? Now I want to get my all the details. What I can do, kubectl get all, which from which namespace, -n wgru -ns. So these are the resources created. Two pods are created and one node port is created and the port number is 31000, and one deployment, you see one deployment is created, ready, up to date, available to. Okay, and you see internally it is using what? Replica set only. Internally it is using replica set, right? As we discussed, internally it uses replica set. Now if you want only, I want to get only deployment, what are the deployment, what, how many it created, what is the ready status, only this part I want to get. You can use the same command, kubectl get deployment, then you will get only that. Okay, you have to give the namespace as well, namespace wgru ns. Now we got the deployment, right? Fine, let us try to access our application. For that I should know, okay, two pods are created, right? Then I no need to know the pod running on which node, because they will be running on each of the node. Okay, they will be running on each of the node, any node you can take it, but important thing is that 31000 is a port number we have to add to the security group. Okay, go to our instances, select one of the instance, go to security. Here is your IAM role, the role which we added. You must add it, right? You must add it, and then, so I'm sorry, I will add to this. Here you will get IAM role as well. It will get it by default here, and this is our security group. Click on the security group. Now it is done. So what else, what next I have to do? I have to get the public IP of the one of the instance. Select one of the instance, copy this public IP, right here, colon 31000 slash our application name. What is that? Shopping site web app. So as usual, it is working fine. So deployment resource will be used like this. Okay, so and if you can scale it as well if you want. For example, I have two pods here, I can increase the pod, same thing as we did before, kubectl with other resources, kubectl scale deploy. Sorry, what is the name we given? This is the name, right? Yeah, deployment, this is the name. So when it is replica controller, we have to give rc. If it is replica set, you have to give rs. If it is a deployment, you have to give deploy. Okay, and then your name of the deployment in the metadata, whatever name you mentioned, that you have to give here, and replicas hyphen replicas. If I say 5, then 5 replicas should be created. And I forgot to give the namespace also. I have to give namespace wgru -ns. It is created now. And if you run the previous command, that is get all, see we have 5 pods are running. Okay, 5 pods are running. Okay, that is important thing you should understand. Perfect. So ping google.com. Next, try to understand about one of the important concept, that is blue green deployment. So in the interview they will definitely ask you about this. So if you explain it, it will be very helpful. So with your 3 years experience, if you know all this much, then they definitely feel good about you. Blue green deployment. So before I go to theory, let me try to explain with or else let me go with some diagrams. If you type here blue green deployment images, if you take any one of them, for example, yeah, take this. Okay, before that let me tell you some details and then we'll explain the diagram. It is one of the mostly used uh, application release model. So most of the companies use this type of model. So why? What is the advantage? It reduces risk and minimizes downtime of the application. So the end users will not notice any downtime. They while they were using the application, the new releases can be deployed. Okay, so the old version, the previous version, okay, here in this model we will have two environments. One is blue environment. Blue means old version, you can say old version. Another is green, is a latest version, right? So people are working with the old version, and green version will be the latest version. Now you want to deploy the latest version, then how can we use this model? See, first what happens is, if you see this picture, and moreover it also due to this release model, um, it will give good confidence to the developers whenever they want to release a new uh, new new application changes. Yeah. So one another important before off topic, please do not change your email IDs. The email IDs which I have given access to the recordings, those are the final email IDs. You should not forget those. If you forget those, then you will lose your recordings. Okay, strictly no email id changes. Okay, the email ids which are using now, those only you should use when whatever time period you want, no problem at all. But never ask me about email id changes. Okay, please, my humble request, maintain the same email ids. Never come to me with new email ids. Okay, and if at all you face any issues with the same email ids, if you're not accessing, let me know, I will help you out, right? And in future, at any time, if you have any issues with any topic, ask me, I will take a special class for you, I will explain you the topic if at all you're facing an issue. Knowledge sharing from my end never ends. Whenever you want, you come to me, I will help you out, I will teach you out, even after your course is completed. So don't think that course is completed, there is no relationship with the faculty. Please, you can approach me at any time, even after 5 years, 10 years, no problem. If I remember, definitely we can communicate. Okay, okay, that is about email ids. Don't say later I have not told you this. Please take care about it. And next thing is that due to this release model, it will give good confidence to the developers whenever they want to release, they release a new application changes. Now you see here, here the developer, these are the customers. So for example, here Amazon application is running and there is a router. So now present users are using, accessing our application, they don't know which application they are using, blue environment or using green environment, they don't know, but they are using our application, web application. So whenever they're working, the router will route their request to the blue environment, and it is a green environment where our developers are working, they're improvising the code, they're adding new features to the Amazon application. For example, one minute please, this guy, one minute please. One minute please. Mhm. Okay, so these people are using now, developers have modified the code and they enhanced the code with new features. Now this latest code has to be make available with the customers. This new changes has to be available, make available to the customers. But already this blue environment is the old version which is working perfectly, and this new code has to be used. So how can we do it using blue green deployment? And you see here, both these environments are using the same database internally, same services database, various things, they are using the same resources. But the same thing is that the only thing is that this having everything what old version having, everything it having, on top of it new features are added. So a new release has been released using GitHub. From the GitHub they have pushed the latest release. Okay, now it is built and it is ready and in running in the pods now. So they are running the pods, and these services are nothing but the, it's one of the service like our node port service or load balancer service, one of the service it will be, and your application will be running in the pods. And this also same, these are using some node port or load balancer, and these are your pods. In the pods it contains containers, containers contains the application, right? Now I simply, I have to divert this traffic, which is now I want to divert these users to green environment, I want to divert them to the green environment. Then how can I divert it? Then how can I divert it? So so this here we have multiple matches, right? We have multiple match labels are there. Using multiple match labels, now you will see advantage of why we have multiple match labels. By this you will understand now. So what happens is that application will be same. The only change what we have to do is that in the service, what in the YAML file, we have to do a small change, we have to do a small change. By doing that small change, without any delay, we can divert the customers to the new application, we can divert the application to the new pods, to the new pods. Okay, that I will explain in a moment. One moment please, let me take a pen here, just a minute please. Somebody pinging me. 1 minute. Respond to it. Now you see here, this is your service, right? Here is a node port, and node port, what is selected having? Environment dev. So all game is with the selector only. All game is with the selector only. So for example, this is your pod. This is your node actually. This is our node. In this node we have multiple pods running. Node, okay, and here our pods are running. Multiple pods are running here. Okay, and what the pod contains, pod contains, what do you call, containers. So contains what? Our application running inside it. So multiple pods are running, and these pods, the containers having old version, that is your, I'm talking about only this section, this part only I'm talking. So this section I'm talking about. So in this section we have, it's nothing but your node at having pods, right? Now this is a blue, this is blue one, that means old version. Now end users accessing our application, then for that what we have to do, we have to give a service, right? Node port service, right? So these are service, these are node port service. Node port, it could be node port, or it could be your load balancer. It could be node port or load balancer. Okay, it is service. Now this service, using this service, users are able to connect from the browser. From here, they will, yeah, as we tried just now, they will use the port number and the public IP, and then they will able to access our application which are running in the containers, right? So for that, what they have to do, they have to we have to provide them the port number, right? So in this, what details we provide, of course it contains selector. Under the selector, same like I have shown you, we can have environment, or you can have any label, something like label, I will say blue is a label, it's a blue. And then type, of course type, if it is a load balancer, if it is load balancer, if it's not a load balancer, then you should say node port, any two of them, any one of them, right? This is about our selector and our blue. This selector is color blue, that means here I am using environment as dev, but here I am using a new label, that is color blue. That means whatever pod, what is our pod? Here is our pod, you see, this is our pod, right? This is our pod. Present color, what label it having? Suppose I can have here color equal to blue, right? And here I can use, instead of this I can directly use color blue. No problem, even you run this application will work. Why? Your node port will connect to that pod which matches with this label. So our node port, does it have this label? Yes, it having this label. So there could be 100 pods, no problem. There could be 100 pods, 200 pods, no problem. So out of these 100 pods, only 20 pods having, suppose this label color blue. Only 20 pods having this color blue. Then your node port will connect to one of the pod which having this label, right? So as per this diagram, whenever this person connecting to Amazon application, the request goes to the router, then from there it goes to your service, and service, whenever it goes to service, in the service you want to view some mobile application, for example, right? So one of the pod containing the mobile service running in that in one of the pod, one container having mobile application running in that. To that pod I have to connect. To connect that, the request first goes to your service, then service will connect to that particular pod basing on the label only. Without label we cannot connect to any pod. That we understood till now. Only don't worry about this names. It can be blue, red, whatever it may be, don't worry about it, but the core concept you should understand. Without the label, we cannot connect to any pod is the label is must. So what we did is in our blue green model, blue green release, what we did is in real time we won't say blue, we will say something like version 1. We can say version 1. It's not mandatory to say that it is blue or green, like that we won't mention. In real time we'll say v1, we won't say blue, but for you understanding purpose I'm typing here blue. So blue is a version, old version. Now this will connect to your container. Okay, it will connect it to your respective pod, whatever pod having that color, that label. Okay, it will connect to that respective pod. Till now do you have any questions, please? Till now any basic question, anything you are not understanding, let me know. I will stop here and explain you this connectivity and what I explained here. Any confusion here? If you don't have confusion, only then I can move forward. And in each pod, on each pod, they're having their own labels, right? They're having their own labels actually, right? They will have the labels, right? Of course, something labels. They will say color. They'll say color blue. That is a label. Here also we have a label. I will write here. Easy to understand, no confusion at all. So every pod will have a color blue. So your selector, whatever it's whatever pod having this color blue label, it will connect, your service will connect one of the pod. It no need to connect to all the pods, because we have pods, multiple pods only to support other pod. If one pod crashed, the other pod is ready. That is the reason we have multiple pods, like we have multiple servers, right? In real time amazon.in application is running in hundreds of servers, thousands of servers. Why those many? Because if any server crashes, the other server will available. Here also multiple pods are available only because for the requirement of availability. If one pod crashed, another pod will be there, like that. But multiple pods will be there, but they will have the same labels will not change. Please ask if you have any questions. If you don't have questions, I will continue. I will assume you are understanding. Okay, so in that case, then let us understand our green new release. Now what these people do, developers, now they will be working on the new software. So they will working on the new software. So these are the new pods, the same pods which we are using here, the same, but not same pods, but the same application running the same images running in the pods in the form of container. So here your pod, here is one pod, another one pod, right? Similarly we have one service. Okay, so here again everything is same, no change. This is your node port service, or it can be your LLB, load balancer. Okay, here you will have your selector. This selector this time will have color as some new selector, that is green. So these pods which having these pods in that YAML file, I will define the labels differently. This pod 1, this pod 2. Okay, in the respective YAML files, what I will do, I will say labels as green, color green. Here also I will mention the same thing. So observe carefully. Now this is already in production. It is already running. It's in the production. So customers are using this release. This is an old release, version 1. User C version 1, V1, right? But parallelly, we are working enhancement of the application. We are adding new features. Okay, but here this service, is different, and this service is different. We this service we created for only for testing purpose. I can say it as a testing. It's only for testing. Service created for testing. That means developers, what they do, they connect whenever they want to test. They will not use the this node port. This is already in production. So customers from the web application, they will connect to our application using this node port IP address, whatever you give. Actually, in real time, we won't give any node port, right? We will give a URL, right? So you know what is URL underneath. What we will have DNS, we have like load balancer, we have DNS, right? The same DNS will be there. That is internal things. But for to understand, for we are as DevOps engineer, those basics you forget about it. But in real time, we don't have notepad, we don't have node port, we will give them URL internally. What service we are using, that depends on our use case. But anyway, this is a program, this is running already. Now this is a new code written. Now we have to test whether these pods are accessible or not. These are the code is working or not. For that, we have to create a new service, a testing service. So we will test it. Testers access this, both testers and developers. Testers, developers. Okay, what they do, and even ourselves, DevOps engineers, we check the connectivity. So what we do, so these are the new, which is not in production. These are having the latest code, which latest features. Now this pod has to be released into the, this pod has to be released into the production. This has to be released into the production. That means as of now, these pods are in the production, but I want to make these pods are in the production. Instead of this, I want to make these pods into production. So for that, before I release it into production, what I have to do is I have to first check whether they are working properly or not. For that, I have to connect to these pods, right? So internally, I will use node port. And I will connect to these pods. I will test all the features are working or not. Everything I will test. When I decided it is working perfectly, then what I will do? Then what I have to do? This is the production service. This is a production service. This service is pointing to these pods. Now I want to make this service to point to my pods. I want to point it to point to my pods, these pods. I want to point them to these pods. So what I have to do? Can anybody tell? Can anybody tell what I have to do to make this production service to point to my pods instead of this one? What I have to do? I don't want to point here. I want to point to this new pods. What I have to do? Uh, Requirement you understood, right? This is running already in the production, and a service is running, production service. Now we have tested internally. We created one more pod, one more node. In that node, we have tested our pods now, and we connected this to this pod. We tested it, and the labels are different. Here the labels are different. Here the labels are color blue, and here the service is pointing to only those pods which having labels as blue. Only it can connect only those pods which having the label as blue, right? So these are my new pods. My new pods having label as green. Now I want my service, the production service, to point to my pods which having label as green. This service anyway, this is only for testing purpose. This pod what internally I've used is only for testing purpose. This is not required. This service is not required into the production. This is only for testing purpose. Now I'm asking you, how can I make this service to point my latest pods? Please, can you answer this? Either you are not understanding what I'm teaching, or you are not understanding the concept, or you are hesitating to answer. If you are hesitating, don't hesitate. If you are not understanding, let me know. I will explain it again. In the interview, they will ask you similar example. They will give you and they will ask you. I want answer. If you are not answering, means you are not showing interest. Or let me know what is the problem. Swaraj, Naveen, Revanti, what happened? Question you did not understood? Yeah, what you have not understood? Rajesh, what happened? Nobody responding. I want to point my production service to my new nodes. Previously, this is pointing to only those nodes which having label as blue. Now I want to point to my new pods which having label as green. Naveen, Saraj,
Already
I
in the
want to.
typed chat on the sheet.
Oh, sorry, you typed it. Okay, I will check that. So the traffic has to be diverted to our green environment. Okay, that has to be diverted. Okay, you already typed it. Rajesh left. Just we need to connect with the label color green. That's it, right? Thanks for responding, Naveen. Thanks for responding. I have not. I thought the one message shown, but I thought it is Hua's message. Right. Thanks for that. Swaraj, Hua, Revanti. So that is the thing. Only thing is that we have to change the label to green. That's it.
We need to
When you
give a
change the label to
reference of
green, what?
green.
That's all. That's all. So why you taking so much time? Rajesh, are you back? Yeah, Rajesh. So we have to give just the color to green. We have to change the color to label to green. That's it. Now if you change the color to green, what happens? Now your service will automatically connect to only those spots which the label is matching. It automatically connects to it. And suppose by some reason in production it suddenly failed, the new deployment is failed suddenly, then no worries. Immediately you can change the color to blue, then immediately it will connect to your previous spots. We will not remove. They will be running. Immediately. You can change the selector to blue, then automatically your service will connecting to, it starts sending the traffic to the pods which having the matching color blue. So it's that easy. That is the reason I was saying that developers will be confident. It will give confidence. If anything goes wrong, no problem. If anything goes wrong with the latest version, even though they have tested it, it something goes wrong, suddenly then they no problem, they simply go to the service and they will change the color from green to blue, then automatically our service will divert the traffic to the previous spots. Okay, so that is a theory. So let us try to understand the same thing practically. Okay, same thing we have to understand practically. Right, perfect. Save this. Okay, the same whatever we did, the same code we use, that is the deployment. What is that? Yeah, this is a deployment, right? Control C, not this one, control A, control C, right? Copy this. Let us create a new one. I will say this blue deployment, blue deploy. mm, yeah, blue deploy, yeah, dot yaml, paste here. And for blue deploy I also require a service, right? Here I have I have service here only, right? Let me make it separate. I want to separate it for keeping here. It is not feasible for me. I will separate it. Okay, for that I have a service already here, right? Node port service. I have the service already. One service is here. I can use. Can I use this service? No changes, right? I can use this service. Okay, I am using the same service. Existing one is enough for me. Or if you want, you can use for load balancer also. This service also you can use, no problem. Service never changes. Service always a service. In service, you don't do any changes. Only change we do is that the selector only we change, and what type of service it is. That is all we do. Nothing more than that. And if ports are changes, then port will be changed. That's it. Nothing more than that. Okay, all right. So in the blue deploy, I copied everything, whatever I did for deployment, because in the blue green we use deployment resource. We use deployment resource. Okay, and what else? Yeah, that's it. Okay, to avoid this namespace, I will remove this namespace. If you want, you please as an assignment, you use namespaces. I will remove namespace here. Okay, so that no, I can run the commands very fast without giving -n namespace name. I will removing the namespace wherever it is not required. And then my container here also, this is my pod definition. Fine. And this is my service, right? Service I don't want here. I want to use it somewhere else. Delete it. Finally, uh, script is very simple. Deployment, shopping site deployment, right? Here I will change it. Okay, I will change it to something like blue deployment. Okay, blue deployment, easy to remember. Blue deployment. Replicas are two, selector, and match labels. Here I will say color blue, match labels. I don't You can take multiple labels, no problem, but for this, or you can have one more label like version v1. V1 is the old version, v1. Same like this picture, we are working on v1 version. Stop me any wherever you, if you feel, if you're not understanding, stop me there. Color is blue, version is v1. The same thing I have to do here, right? Here color is blue, I don't have version here, right? You can remove it if you want. If you want to keep it, you can keep it, no problem, no harm. Even you have it v1. What is this? This is your labels. Order is different, no problem. What order it may be, no problem, but there should not be spelling mistakes. This is your pod's labels. Your pod is saying I have blue, you connect me, my label is this. Whoever want to connect me, these are my labels. You can use both labels, or you can use even any one of the label if you want to connect with me. So that is what this pod is saying. And what this pod containing, what image? Shopping site image. One image it is having. So let me select all of them. Let me try to format. Yeah, I have formatted it. Do you find any major changes here? No changes, only one label, extra label I have added. Strategies rolling update, nothing more than that. And one more thing, you remember what happens, sometimes Docker, when you deploy this, Docker will use the same image if it has already pulled it from the Docker hub. If it has already pulled from the Docker hub, it will not pull it again, you know that, right? So but we are using blue green, so I must urge our Docker to compulsorily, it has to always pull the image from the Docker hub. It should not use the existing image, even though it has pulled it already from the Docker hub. It should not use it. It should always pull it. Then I have to add one more property here. That is image pull policy. Image pull policy. Oh, spelling is correct. Image pull policy. Yes, image pull policy. Here I should say always, always. Image pull policy is always the image has to be pulled. Hope you are understanding. That is another extra change I'm doing, right? Fine. The same code you can copy. The same code you copy now. Go here. One more file. I will say green deploy dot yaml. Enter. Spelling mistake, right? Right click here. Where is the rename? Rename option is here. Green deploy. Enter. Here you paste the same thing. Everything will be same. No change except I will say this has to green deploy. What other change I have to do? What other change I have to do in green deploy? The same thing which I discussed here. I'm preparing YAML file to deploy pods. I'm preparing deployment resource to deploy these pods. So here the label should be green, right? Here the label here is my pod. This is my pod. In this pod, version is now it is v2, and this is green. It is green. Now your pod is saying that I have these labels. If you want to connect with me, then use these labels. Then in the above section, match labels. If you here it is blue and v1. If that is the case, our deployment will deploy this pod. But our versions are different. It cannot deploy, right? Its versions are not matching. It cannot deploy these pods. They are not matching. It will try to deploy those pods which are having these matching pods, which are having these labels, matching labels. So here what we have to do, either you have to give any one of them, you can use green only enough, or version v2 if you want to use, you can use that as well, no problem. Or you can use only one, control X, you can use only one, or you can use both, no problem. That is fine. And what next? Always. And image. See, if you are pulling the same image, how can we see the difference? What we will do, we will build a new image. We'll change this shopping site little bit. Okay, we'll change some shopping site little bit, and that one we'll put. Okay, I will create a new, or you can say you can add here something like version v2. A new image you have to push. Actually, we have to push new image to our GitHub. I will say something like uh, green shopping site, something. Okay, or you can, instead of that, you can add a version also here, v2. That we'll see, I will explain you later. Here I'm giving a new image name. This image is not there in our Docker Hub. Go to our Docker hub.docker. Today we will be again revisiting our Docker, and again we are going to build an image, again we are going to push it. All these things we are doing it now in a moment. Sign in. So I have only shopping set. This is the one we are pulling till today, right? Till today we are pulling that image, shopping site. Now I want another image, that is I want to push another image with a name green shopping site. Okay, select all, format this, save. That is fine. Okay, it is fine. Perfect. Perfect. Both are ready now. Blue and green are both are ready. Now I want the services. The service for the blue version and the service for the green version. So what I will do, let me to make it easy, even though I will create a new service, blue service.yaml. In the blue.yaml, what I will do, one of the node port we have, right? This service, I will use this Control C, go to my blue service, or I will rename it. Okay, I'll rename it. I will make it as a, because this image is live. No, this service is in the live. It's a live service, and this is a but testing service is a testing service, live service and testing service. So this I will say meaningful name. Where is the rename? Rename live service. The live service, initially my live service should connect to whom? To those pods which having selected as blue. Right. Okay. API version v1 service metadata. You can give anything, no problem, or I can change here, no problem. You can change it to live service. Okay, live service. Node port. If you want load balancer, you can use load balancer. Here you have to change what is in our blue deployment. What is a pod having what having version v1 and color blue 2. Let me take one. You can use both. Let me take this only one. Go to my live, and here I will change this. I will remove everything and paste this color blue. Because I said color blue now, what happens now? Now this service will connect to only those pods which having the selector color blue. That's all. That's all. And let me create one more. I will select this one complete thing. I will create one more that is testing service. Testing service. Okay. .yaml. Save it. Here, while testing, what we did? While testing, I have to connect with my the pods which having labels as green, right? So that is what I have to do. Here, I should say green. So because I have my green deployment, I will deploy this green as well. This will pull the modified image. So whenever I connect this image, this pod, I should see the modified one. The previous one should be the older one. Image will be changed. This image we don't have. We have to build it. One step is pending still. Perfect. Any other changes? Yeah, this should be where we are in testing, right? Okay, this should be testing service. Till now, do you have any questions, please? Before I go any further, do you have any questions till now, please? And remember, I am not using any namespaces. I am not using any namespaces. If I am using, then I have to remove it just to not to decrease the confusion. That's all. Nothing much. So this blue. Whenever I run this, then two pods. How many replicas? Two replicas will be created with label as blue, and this is our shopping site will be created. This already we did it. We already did it. How can we access it? Using our node port. So our live service is here. This one we have to deploy. If you deploy this, then this will connect to those pods which having the color blue. Let us try first this one. Set all this. Set all this. Control C. Clear the screen. Now I will say vi blue deploy .yaml. Enter. Install. Sorry, insert. Paste this. Escape. One is ready. Another one live service .yaml. Yes, insert mode. Yeah, this is our live service. It's connects to only blue ports. Control C. Remember this node port number 30100. Escape. Right. Both. Let us deploy them. Kubectl. Apply. -y -f blue. And before that, let me remove the existing one which is in our namespace. So kubectl delete. Okay, all in the namespace called wgiru namespace. But no name, no label. Delete all. Cube kubectl get all are there, right? Does not work. Yeah, delete all, I'm saying. Any idea why it is not failing? Why it is failing? Anybody try? Let me try one more. That is hyphen all. Hyphen all. Okay. So this is the command we have to give. Kubectl delete all hyphen all and from the namespace. So here everything is remote services deployment. Everything is done clean now. So okay. To delete all the resources. Perfect. Okay. That is cleaned now. Clean the screen. ls. Let's deploy blue, green, blue one. Blue kubectl apply hyphen f blue. That is done. Then kubectl. This time we have to apply live. Perfect. Now it is running now. How to know that? Simply you can say kubectl get all. So our application deployment is having two pods is running. Okay, in two nodes. Our node port is 30100. So what I can do is you can go to our instances, copy this public IP here. Okay, that's port that is 3010, right? That has to be added. But in real time, you won't use node port. Remember, we use load balancer. So load balancer, if you use here, it will be charged unnecessarily. So better you use node port. Just say it's a port, right? Anyway, here is a public IP, and then you say 30100 slash application name shopping site web app. So this is application. It is a assume that it is running in production. It is running in production now. It is running in production now. Now next thing is I have another. I have added some features now. Those are available, and those have to be deployed, and those has to be tested, and then there's this live service should point to these new pods. So first of all, understand this is the production. Is running the production. Everything is fine, perfect. Next thing is that what change I want to do here. What change I want to do here. Suppose I want to this font. What change we have to do? Let us see. Well, let us first of all let us clone. Where is our project running? Where is our project? We have the repository, right? This is a repository. See, our scripts are available in our Kubernetes. These are our scripts. Okay, replica and everything are here. You clone them, use them, and then yeah, these are project shopping website. Just clone it. Just clone it. I want to change the code, I want to build it. Okay, so for that what I will do, clear the screen. Now I'm creating a enhancements, right? Now I have to pull that. First of all, git should be there here, right? So what for that what I have to do, yum install git -y is already there, perfect. Then I have to build it, right? It is a Java program, I have to build it. Maven should be installed. What it's saying, oh, I'm using apt, right? This one, right? Ubuntu, right? Okay, apt install git should be there already. Yeah, git is there. Then git apt install maven
Apt update
-y.
also.
I've done that already. I've done this already while installing, while preparing our cluster. In the beginning itself, I've done it. Before that, we should not prepare our cluster, right? That we should be careful. The other one is still, don't believe this, okay? You open a new window and try that. Clear the screen. Now next, git clone. This I have to download. ls. Our FedEx product is here. cd get inside it. Or if you want it to be matching name, then use FedEx and you can name it something like shopping set. No problem, it's not requirement. ls. Now we are shopping site. See, go to shopping site. ls. These are file, right? So here this has to be built, right? Palm file, wherever palm is there, there we can build. So maven clean package. Okay, maven clean package. A target folder will be created if everything is went fine. Why I'm building it? I should not build it, right? I have to change the code. ls. Where is my code? First of all, go to source. ls cd main ls cd web app ls. Here is a file JSP Java server pages. Go to that file index.js. Here is a code. This code I want to change. Insert mode. Come somewhere here. Right. Here is my Amazon site. Right. Here is Amazon site. So now this is minor change to be done. Assume. What is that minor change? Instead of Amazon site, I want to change it to Flipkart, for example. I normally it's not correct, but let me do it. Or let us change the color of it. It's orange color. Here it's orange color. Let me make it a green color. So green indicates it's a green deploy, right? Green. Green deployment. Escape. Still one more thing we add here, just to make it some exclamation mark. Where I did escape, insert mode, escape. Okay, cd dot dot. Here I want to build it again. The I should not have built it before. Maven clean package. Yeah, everything looks fine, perfect. Then what I will do, I have to write a Docker file right now. So for that, yeah, here I have to install Docker. Don't worry, yeah, it will take some more time. uh, Install Docker on Ubuntu. We have documentation here. Docker hub having documentation. Go to documentation, just scroll down. installation methods are there. Install using apt. Okay, these are the commands. Okay, these are the commands. Set up Docker apt repository. Just copy this complete thing and paste over here. Enter. Docker is required, right? I want to write Docker file for creating the image, right? For that, Docker is to be installed. Docker is done now. Next step is we have to install the latest version. Copy this one more. Enter. Yes. Clear screen. Docker version. Yeah, Docker is installed now. Clear the screen now. So I have to write a Docker file. ls where these are files now. So vi Docker file insert mode. So for this we require Tomcat from Tomcat. So what version we have to use? We used 8 version 8. 0 20. You can get it. You can let. You no need to mention all these things also. Tomcat is enough actually. Okay, let's try with this. Tomcat. This is enough. And then copy. What you want to copy? Escape. Escape. WQ. Go to target folder. ls. Okay, this is the var file name, right? Okay, I will copy this. cd dot dot vi docker. So copy insert mode. Where is the var file? In target folder. What is the var file name? Slash paste it. Where you want to copy? Where you want to copy? In the container, there will be user local folder. In that we have to copy. When you install Tomcat, when you install Tomcat, it will create a folder inside user slash local. This we already did in our Docker. When you're learning Docker, this already done. We done previously. You can use that. In that local Tomcat folder will be created. In that web apps folder will be created. Here our var file should be copied. So when you install Tomcat folder and web apps folder will be created. In that our var file should be copied, and the user and local already pre-existing folders. Escape. Then what we have to do? ls Docker file is ready. How to build now? Image. How to create image? Docker build -t image name. What image name you want to give? I want to use this image name. What is my green deployment? I want to use this name. Green shopping set. This is the name I want to use. Use it. Dot. Now we are creating a new image. After that, what we have to do? After that, we have to rename this image. Docker images. We have green shopping set images created just now. I have to rename it. I told you the condition whenever you want to push our image to Docker website. What is the name you have to give? Our username should be there. Our username should be there. Only after that we can push it. Otherwise, you cannot push the image to the Docker hub. For that, Docker tag command we have to use. Okay, Docker tag. What is the current existing name? Green shopping site is a current name. This I want to rename with this one. Enter. Now you run the previous command again. Docker images. You see I have one more. Okay, this name has to be moved. Only this will allow to be pushed. So Docker login you have to say. We have to connect to the Docker hub. Docker login. Username is Madan DevOps 2024. Password. Oh, login succeeded. Then what next? I have to push it. So Docker push. What is the image name? This is the image I want to push. Copy everything and enter. Because why we are doing all these things? Because our Kubernetes, when you're using Kubernetes, all this should be available in the Docker Hub. So it is created. We'll go to our Docker Hub now. This is our Docker Hub. This is our repository. Let us refresh it. Refresh it. You see, green shopping set is pushed just now. Now this one we will pull. Now I have my image as well. This is the green deployment. Now let us deploy this one as well in our image is ready now. Cd dot ls. Now let us create a green deployment. Green deployment. First we have to test it, right? First we have to test it. Insert mode, escape. It is fine. Another one is testing service .yaml. Insert mode. Where is your testing service? Testing service. Testing service required just color as green, right? That's it. Other thing that what else? Everything is fine. Control C. So it is having port number 30100, right? Okay. One important thing we should know, that is live service is using port 30100. Let me, you can change it. You can change it to 3100, which is already added in the security group. I want to use the existing one, 3100. See, both are different. The live server is using different port. This is using different port. Okay, don't confuse. Perfect. Control S, save it. Control A, Control C, and any format issues. No. Perfect. It's a green. Now deploy. Perfect. Now, if you say kubectl get all, you see one is services are one live service and testing service. Both having different port numbers. Okay, we are running. See, blue green running in one node, another blue green running another node. This blue is already available in the production. Green we have to test. We have not yet moved to production. We have to test it. Okay, hope you're understanding. Next, I want to check my green deployment. For that, I have to access 3100, 31,000 port. For that, what I have to do? Simply go here. We already launched it here, right? This one you copy. Let me open in a new view better to avoid confusion, or else open side by side. The port number is 3100, 31,000. So just change it to enter. See, the new changes applied. Color is changed. Amazon site, exclamation mark. Everything is as expected. Now it is ready to deploy. Testing is done. Assume for some time. Testing is done. Everything is done. Now this has to be deployed. But your production one is still having the same old one. See, refresh it. You scroll. You do it whatever you want. It is still People are using, customers are using the old version, but I want to make this new one to be available to the people. This one I want to make it available. Okay, assume everything is went fine, going fine, perfect. Then how can you make it live? That means how can I make my make to point this parts to be ignored and this parts to be uh, diverted to the customers. Then the only thing I can do is simple step is go to your live service and change the color blue to green. That's it. This will service will point to your green parts. For that, what I have to do? So just go here, ls, we have live service cat live. You see in the cat I have blue, right? I have to change this green. That's it, nothing more than that. Everything will work, but port number will be the same, 3100 only, 30100 only. Only change I have to do this, that's all. So for that, what I can do, vi insert mode green, small change. Again we have to redeploy this kubectl apply -f live .m. Perfect. So observe here now, same thing. I refresh. If I refresh, then the color should change to green. Refresh now. Perfect, right? It is working with the same port number 3000, and this is 3100. It's the port differences. And assume something went wrong, then you know what to do. Change this color. I have to say some change. Something happened. Now your live server is pointing to the green pods. All the pods having the label green, it is pointing to them. Then to roll it back, suppose some issue came, so then you can roll it back easily, right? So simply you can say again va live. So only change you can do is come over here and you change it to, or you can use the other thing, right? That is that v version is also there. Version also you can use if you want. The label the pod exposing version also, right? Version you can use v2. That also will work. You try this as an assignment. I will, as of now I will change that color only. Color to blue. Some issue happened, I want to roll back now. Use blue, back to blue, escape, apply. That's it. Now this is one. Refresh now. Now we're back to old previous version. That's all. Very simple concept. Blue green, very simple concept. But only mandatory things are, till now you followed. You know how to create parts, how to write the YAML files. If you know everything, then these changes are nothing for you. If you're understanding this stuff now from the beginning, then these changes are nothing for you. You can play it like anything. Okay, so that is all about blue green deployment. If in the interview they ask you, you have to explain properly. If you know practically, if you did this, then you can explain more elaborately. And one more thing, you may be thinking that try as an assignment, try please remove this node port and try with load balancer. If you are using load balancer, you can remove this. And remember, load balancer always changes whenever you modify from green to blue, blue to green. The load balancer url will change, dns will change. As an assignment, you do it. As an assignment, you try it without node port. I can show it, but it's not a big deal. I can show it. If you want to show me, I will show it. Or you want to do it, let me know. You can do it, right? Everyone, you can do it, right? Or you want to show me? Show it now. Same thing. If you want to use labels, sorry, load balancer, simply you have to use our script load balancer. Here is the script load balancer. That's all. Load balancer you have to use. Here you have to change this color to blue or green. That's all. What is there? Nothing. Okay, you try that. I will wait for 1 minute. If you have no questions, then I will end this session. We'll meet tomorrow at same time. I'm waiting for 1 minute. If you have any questions, let me know. If you are not understanding, also let me know, so that I will plan again tomorrow to teach this in a different way. Swaraj, are you understanding? Swaraj, Rajesh, are you understanding? Hua, Revanti, Naveen, in the chat
Yes, sir.
box you can
Getting it,
respond.
sir. Yes, sir.
Getting it?
Getting it.
Yeah.
Others you can yeah, right. Perfect. Naveen, Hua,
Sure,
Rajesh,
sir.
Revanti, can you ping it? Yeah, can you ping here if you are understanding it? If you're not understanding, also don't hesitate. If you're not understanding, mention I'm not understanding. I will not feel anything. Hua, you please can you respond? Yes. Practice is more important. It applies to everyone. Please, you practice it, and most probably this weekend we will have class. Revanti, if you're not attending, then go to the recordings, and if you don't understand them, we will discuss it on Monday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, any time is fine for me. Don't worry about it. Just go to the recording. If any day if you don't understanding, just let me know. One day I will tell you the time in the evening hours. If it's possible for you at the time, we'll connect and I will explain you that. No problem. It applies to anybody. Okay, everybody. Any topic if you're not understanding, even after listening the recordings, then I will help you out. No problem. Okay, thanks for your time. Take care. Have a good day.